I saw this note on the corkboard. I think the ring might belong to me.
I'm sorry I have to ask, but could you describe the ring?
Sure thing. It says Sweet 16. My dad gave it to me. I think it was the only birthday of mine he remembered, or at least acknowledged.
Yes, that's the one. I found it under the sofa when I was vacuuming. Here you are, darling.
Thanks. It's not worth much, but it's got a certain sentimental value for me.
It's a very pretty ring.
Yeah, it is. My dad never gave me anything pretty before or since. He must have won a poker game or something that day. You know what's strange? I don't hate him. He's a bastard and he treated me like crap almost every single day of my life. But I don't hate him. I feel sorry for him.
Why?
Because he doesn't know how to love. He can't love anybody or anything. And because he'll be miserable every second of every minute of every day until the day he dies. God, I'm glad that life is behind me. I hope I never have to see him again. No, that doesn't sound right. I've made a choice not to see him again. Ever. I love this mural. Even though the motif is a little trite. I mean, fairy tale forests and magical dragons? Still, it's pretty. I wonder what happened to the artist. Probably making a bundle from cheesy fantasy calendars and book covers. That's probably Mickey's handiwork. She's the tool gal round these here parts. I wonder why she put the clamp there, though. Oh. It seems the clamp served a purpose after all. What a surprise. It's a rusty old wheel. I'd imagine it turns the water on and off. What a mystifying contraption, and completely absurd. What are all these valves and wheels and thingamajigs for? What grand purpose does it all serve? It won't budge! The pressure's probably too high. The water tank's full. I'd guess that's a pressure gauge. It's at 100. That's percent, I guess. 100% pressure? It's a pressure valve. Nada. Nothing. That cable's been ripped in two. The cables are too far apart to tie them back together. Looks like a big piece of cable was torn off. I hope it doesn't melt or anything. It's alive! It won't budge. The pressure's probably too high. I'm not leaving my gold ring. Somebody's going to have to replace that cable eventually. That's Cortez. He sits in the same spot almost every day. hate to admit it, but he scares me a little. Hey, wow! I can see right into the common room. That's amazing. The shades are drawn.
Oye, señorita.
Yes?
How are you this morning, señorita bonita?
I'm fine. And you?
Sunshine and pretty señoritas give an old man like me the blues. I like my days cold and rainy. In fact, I think I prefer the world to be in black and white.
Like an old movie.
Like all good movies. But tell me, señorita Ryan, how would you describe your perfect day?
Hot and sunny like this one.
Well then, you should be happy to be alive today, yes? It is a perfect day. But you are not happy, are you? You are troubled by nightmares.
What?
You are afraid of them. You even fear your dreams may be real.
Who told you about my nightmares?
No one. I can tell from looking into your eyes. I see the ghosts that haunt you.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but from now on, stay the hell away from me in my personal life.
No puedo, señorita Ryan. You have a destiny.
Destiny? I don't care what you think. Just leave me alone.
If you don't face them, I'm afraid your nightmares will continue. Soon they will appear to you even when you're awake.
You need some serious help, you know that?
We all do, April. That's the reason we are here, you and me.
That's it. I don't have to listen to this.
Perdóname. I've upset you. We didn't think you'd react this way. I hope we can talk again soon.
I don't think so, no.
Please, think about it. And señorita, cuidado. Be careful.
From what I've been told, the clock stopped on the very day of the infamous Venice massacre in 2109, to the minute the police opened fire on the squatters. Where it goes, nobody knows. Rusty pipes. They're hundreds of years old, installed way back when Venice was an industrial area. See, I know some local history. I don't think I've ever seen anybody pass through that door. Isn't that peculiar? And if I was Nancy Drew, I might actually care. If I turn that wheel, would the drain pipes of the universe open up and swallow all solid matter? It could happen. Can you say Death Star? Let's blow this thing and go home. Look at the size of that thing. Use the Force, Luke. The Fringe Cafe, my home away from home. I really don't mind working there. It's a nice place. I mean, it ranks nice on a scale from begging for food at the bottom to just scraping by at the top. I do not intend to make a career of it. Closed for maintenance. Will reopen at 3 p.m. What's going on? The place was fine last night. The sign said it's closed for maintenance. Nothing adds more to the tranquility of a city park than a huge rusty iron bridge. Very cubist, and not my style at all. This guy's out here all day long, all year. He never stops painting, ever, and I doubt he's ever finished even one painting. I can't even begin to guess what that's supposed to be. It's the official Vava notice board. Only registered students are allowed to put notices up here. Bishop and Anne-Marie. He's a photography student. She's in my life study class. Nice couple. No, I've got too much to do right now. The Venice Academy of the Visual Arts. World-renowned, prestigious, expensive, and my future alma mater, if all goes well with the exhibition and I get my grant, that is. The Venice Academy of the Visual Arts. That's Mary Sam, Vava's founding mother and pro-Venice activist back before the riots. She was assassinated by a corporate hired gun right after the school opened some 90 years ago. Somebody's thrown away a rubber glove. Why would somebody toss out a perfectly good work glove with just one big hole in it? What a terrible, terrible waste. It's empty. Olav's on a roll. Again. Does that guy ever run out of inspiration or energy? Must be the cold Norwegian winters. Nothing else to do but paint. Don't want to disturb him. Nice. Very Van Goghish, with just a hint of Munch. Art books. There's a really nice one here on Turner. I love his landscapes. Emma's really good with the Hala sculptor, and her imagination is so vivid. Good thing we're best friends, or I might be jealous. These sinks are as old as the building itself, but at least they've been renovated quite recently. Some books on color, composition, and duck hunting? The tools of my trade. The best thing about working up here is that nobody borrows my stuff. Those sketchbooks belong to some of the other students who share the space. Acrylic and oil paints. Art books mostly. I've browsed through all of them, looked at the pictures, but I'd much prefer to see the paintings in real life. I can only think of two things more depressing than a blank canvas: death and taxes.